Hi everyone. So right now we are writing our first program in PHP and this is super easy. First thing, you are going to make a file with .php extension. I'll teach you how to do that. The next thing is to open this file on any code editor like VS Code, and then you are going to make PHP tag. After you make that PHP tag, you write code and then test output on browser. After that, as a bonus, we will discuss one interview question which is very important. So what is the first thing we're going to be doing is to create our file. So let's start doing that. And so you click on XAMPP folder. So you can see I'm using the Mac OS, but same thing on Windows. If you want to do this, you just go to your C drive after installing the XAMPP on your C drive, and then look for the folder which is XAMPP, and after that you look for XAMPP file and open htdocs. So inside the folder, you are going to create a new folder. So I'm going to call this one tutorial. Then after creating the folder, you go to any code editor. Me, I'm using VS Code right now. So inside this folder, inside the tutorials folder, you are going to open folder. Then you go to your file explorer and then look for the XAMPP folder. Under the XAMPP file folder, then htdocs, you look for tutorial. So you open it, and then under this one you create a new file. So you can use any name, but make sure the extension is .php. So because it is not .php, it is not going to work. So I'll just call it hello world.php. So two things you need to keep in mind when writing PHP code is that, first of all, the extension has to be .php, and then every code you'll be writing has to be under the PHP tag. That is going to tell the system that, look, we are writing a PHP code here. So how do we go about PHP tag? It's very simple. So to start with PHP tag, you put in this, then you question mark, and then PHP, and that is how a PHP tags look like. So in within this tag is what you are going to be writing your code. So let's start with echo hello. Sorry, you do that hello inside a semicolon to avoid error. So just like the way I did it now, then you come in between the semicolon and side, put in anything like hello PHP. So then you can save this and run it on the browser. But first I need to check if XAMPP service is running. So to do that, I'm going to go to manage OXX. So you can just the same way on Windows 2, when you open it or open XAMPP, you can see the manage server, and then you can see right here that Apache web server is running. Very good. So for now, we can ignore the MySQL and Pro FTP. When we need them, we'll come back to them. So right now, I'm now going to go back to our browser and then new tab and localhost. So localhost like this /tutorials. So if you clear the file name, so it's going to display it as a parent folder like this. Then if I open the file, you're going to see the outputs when I open the file. So right now this is the output, and if I go to VS Code and change the content of the echo to like 10 plus 10, you see that the output will also have changed to 20. So you may want to have a question there that, why do I need to put this thing inside a PHP tag? So what if I remove the tag and then I put in any command there like hello world? Will it not display? Yes, it's going to display. But the thing is, this one is not inside the PHP tag. So the problem is that, let's say I put in like any mathematical equation like 8 plus 8 or 10 plus 10. The system does not know what that means because it's not in the tag. So it's just going to print in 10 plus 10 out for me directly. But if I return back the tag right now, so you can see the difference between putting the tag now and when it's not in tag. So now let me do that again now and do 10 plus 10 or 10 into 10 or any mathematical equation at all. So you see the result right. And again, it's not mandatory, but you can also use multiple echo. Right here, if I use another echo and then say code, let's say code step by step. Yeah. So if I save that and I run it, you see that, so there's a line break here, but you can use CSS to correct that, and I will teach you how to do that in my next video. But the most important thing that you need to know is that right here you can also use multiple echo. And then in this HTML file that we are in, if you do an HTML tag and in between you put hello, in between you put hello, it's going to work just like this. But the problem is that it doesn't know how to do the mathematical calculation just like PHP. So it's just going to print it out for you just like that. So you need to just understand how the echo work. So far in this video, we have learned how to create a file, how to check the output, how to write the PHP tag, and so on. And yeah, this is looking fine. Soon in our coming video, we are going to be learning how to create variable and functions. So one interview question we can ask ourselves is that, what is the use of echo? So as an interview question, so the answer will be echo actually displays the result on a browser, just as you see here. And that will be all for this video. I will see you in my next episode.